Hello, everybody. This is Grace on a Journey, and you are listening to Angelic Healing Express. This virtual gathering is very much impromptu because it came sporadically. I have been doing different intuitive exercises, and without getting into too much details, the answers that I search for when I go inside, I receive quickly. And so, after shadow work yesterday, there was a question that I asked. And I received an answer. And although I can share about it later or another day, I feel if I share about it now, it will be more accurate and it might even be more helpful. So this came by way of a channeled song. The channeled song is called I'd Rather, and the singer is Luther Vandross. After I received some messages, I started meditating on them. And then I had a flashback. But it was an interesting type of flashback because that experience happened more than once. Not the flashback, but what happened during the flashback, which was a song I was hearing. You see, there used to be an individual that I once thought I knew that would sing this song a lot. And it always took me by surprise and made me feel uneasy because of the lyrics. But I listened to the lyrics again while watching them on my screen. When I watch them on my screen, I can understand it more. But the person who sang this song a lot never knew that I would understand what he held inside as he betrayed me. And I never knew that that song would allow me to gain understanding of what was in his mind as he stabbed me. I want to read the lyrics. I thought some time alone was what we really needed. You said this time would hurt more than it helps. But I couldn't see that. I thought it was the end of all. The next words is not of all. The next words are of a beautiful story. But for some reason I said of all, the end of all. So my understanding with what I see on the clock right now, I'm going to look at those messages too. With what I see on the clock right now is the fact that this person feels like the end of what he interpreted as our story to be the end of all. But let me share what the angel number means. Give me a second. I'm being extra quiet because it's late and I'm trying not to wake anyone up. Okay. You are aligned with the oneness of life. All the support and guidance you need is with you now. Listen carefully. Wow. Let me repeat that. You are aligned with the oneness of life. All the support and guidance you need is with you now. Listen carefully. So I'm going to continue the song, the lyrics. I thought it was the end of a beautiful story. And so I left the one I love at home to be alone. And I tried and found out this one thing is true. That I'm nothing without you. I know better now. And I've had a change of heart. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else. I'd rather be beside you in a storm than safe and warm by myself. I'd rather have hard times together than to have it easy apart. I'd rather have the one who holds my heart. The reason why this song holds meaning to me in the sense of interpretation is because even after I found out about the deceit and the fact that he was hired to spy on me and was assisting in poisoning me and humiliating me and everything else that you can add on top of the sundae, to make it pleasant in the eyes of the enemies. Even after all of that, my disappointment is I can read energy. I've always been able to read energy. And regardless of who he was, with those he joined with to throw stones at me, I knew I meant something. And I just heard a confirmation. If I didn't feel I meant anything at all, it probably wouldn't have lasted as long as it did. I knew I meant something, but I also knew he had issues mentally. This is why I offered him either to go to counseling or I could give him counseling. To make him even more comfortable, I said, you can go to my support groups. You don't have to share anything. You can just sit. You don't have to say anything. Allow other people to share and gain strength from their stories. That's not an opportunity I would give to anyone else. Where I would encourage you to come and sit and not share, because part of gaining your recovery is sharing your story. But I wanted to help. I knew something was wrong because as a grown man, if you sleep a certain way at night, you cover a part of yourself. In your grown age, every night, I know it meant there was a past abuse that you experienced, because that was not normal. There were a lot of things that were brought to my awareness. And here I was trying to help to devise a treatment plan to assist him where he was at as a friend. Even though I had papers as a wife, I backed up off of him, and I was a friend, and I allowed him to use the excuse that my father is gone, so that's why I'm depressed, and that's why I can't be a husband to you in every sense of the word. And when I'm there for you, anyone who's ever been connected to me before, in a romantic sense, that's one thing I have going for me. When I'm there for you, I'm there for you. One thing I ask, Never cheat. Because the day that happens, the trust dies. And what we could have had died. Everyone has their own limitations. So I was not happy in the connection. It was more of taking care of him, but I had no one taking care of me, because I would use the energy to take care of myself to take care of him, and he would energy harvest off of me to bring the care I gave him to others. And this is why today he doesn't deserve me. This is why, even though I hear what you are saying loud and clear with this channeled song, I hear you. Let me repeat it again. I hear what you are saying right now. Not just yesterday, not just today, but forever. I hear it forever. And forever I will still say, you don't deserve me. You feeling that you'd rather have bad times with me doesn't mean that I'm open to bad times, because I have to decide for myself if I want a life of bad times. The answer is no. I don't deserve that. I'd rather be beside you in a storm. I don't want to be in a storm. That is part of your story, because you've accepted that for yourself. And I'm not telling you not to accept that. That is your free will. But I'm saying I don't accept that. And what else it says? You'd rather be beside me in a storm than safe and warm by myself. And that's where we disagree again. I'd rather be safe and warm by myself than to be in a storm with you. I'm going to repeat that again. I'd rather be safe and warm by myself than to be in a storm with you. I'd rather have it easy apart, even though you'd rather have hard times together. No. We're not compatible. I'd rather have the one that holds my heart. That's the only thing I agree with. What I agree with is I'd rather have the one that holds my heart. Not for the storm, not for the hard times, but because I love that person and because he loves me the way I want to be loved. So, this is a lesson everyone can learn from. That our definitions of love can be different. And it doesn't mean that your definition is wrong or my definition is right. It means that's what love means to me. And then that's what love means to you. Love to me means loyalty, safety, dependability, teamwork, support, defense, protector, cheerleader, counselor, nurturer, reciprocator, builder, nurse, doctor, lawyer, teacher, etc. Because you can show up in a multitude of ways for somebody that you love. Love to me does not mean crazy. You know how in lyrics they tend to use the word "I'm crazy in love"? The only thing crazy in love can mean to me is I trust you 100%. So, yes, I'm enjoying that bliss as we speak. But my crazy in love does not mean I will allow toxicity in any shape or form. My crazy in love does not mean even after I say I do, that you get to kill me too or threaten to kill me and I stick by you too. No. It might as well be added in my vows that if I find out you're trying to kill me or mine, I must add, or mine, my children, my loved ones. If you're trying to intentionally kill or harm, there's no trust. Cheating is not only sexual. Cheating can be emotional. Cheating can be physical. Cheating can be sexual. If you do not contribute to what we're building together and you go build elsewhere, then that means you're cheating. Because that's for our nest. But you're bringing to another nest. If you are emotionally entangled with another, that's not acceptable either. This is why I don't entertain anything that is not clearly identified when it comes to my boundaries. What I don't want my life partner to do, or what I would not be comfortable with finding out he's doing, I won't do. This is why, as friendly as I am, there were certain parts of me I decided to reinvent, because I tell myself, would I be comfortable if so-and-so had this type of connection? Even though I know there's nothing physical, you probably never met the person before, there will never be anything physical, but certain emotional connections I will not participate in, because that can lead into something else. And in order to preserve what I have, as much as I might care for you, or whoever, my romantic relationship is more valuable to me. Yes, it's more valuable. If you are in a state where you do not value your romantic, or your spouse, put it that way, your spouse, not even your spouse, I'm going to keep it 100, not even your spouse, I'm talking about your partner, someone that you plan to spend the rest of your life with, regardless of the ring or not. If that person is not important to you more than other relationships, then you really don't have anything. For me, let me make that clear. Anything for me. Because I will never be behind on the list, because I know what I invest. In order for you to show up for your friends, in order for you to show up for your family, in order for you to show up in your career, I'm the one that has your back. And I'm speaking about anyone that I'm in a relationship with. And the same way I have to fill your cup is the same way you are expected to fill my cup. And if you can't, that's okay. But I can't stay. I am going to title today's episode, I'd Rather, because that's the name of the song. But that's not what I would rather. In fact, I'm titling today's episode, Not Compatible. One last statement I would like to make before I end. There's a picture that was sent to me when someone died. This picture was of an individual that was in his casket. I just want someone to know that as much as you pushed me out of your life, the fact that you sent me a picture of that individual in his casket when he died always puzzled me. Why would he send me a picture of that individual in his casket? I just want you to know the intention behind it was revealed to me a couple months ago. It wasn't because you wanted to see. You wanted me to see him in his casket. It had something to do with rituals. I just want you to know that I know what you thought that I didn't know. And so, the end.